Kitchen talk, conversations that cook. Kitchen talk, conversations that cook. What you want to talk about? Kitchen talk, conversations that cook. Kitchen talk, Lisa, Lope, JT, and friends. Kitchen talk, conversations that cook. Kitchen talk, conversations that cook. What you want to talk about? Kitchen talk, conversations that cook. Kitchen talk, Lisa, Lope, JT, and friends.
Lisa, Lorraine, JT, and friends. Y'all ready to cook up some conversation?
Kitchen talk.
Let's talk.
All right. Hey, Kim.
Hey, shit, I don't know where the people at.
Yeah,
It's raining.
It's me and you. Hey, Mr. Bruce, how you doing?
It's raining. People don't want to come. Y'all need to come play. Why y'all acting?
Kim, they ain't even got to drive nowhere.
They gotta drive nowhere. Just don't know what's wrong with them.
I know. Listen, this is Kitchen Talk CTC, conversations that cook. I am Lisa Lorraine. Waiting on my guys. Hopefully they'll join us soon. But you know what? Who around the world?
Girls.
We do. So I mean, me and Miss Kimberly Black gonna hold it
Hey,
down.
y'all.
The parent snitch and the lady in the know. So we gonna get into some hot topics. I don't even want to call it that because somebody else got hot topics. We just gonna
Well, since you said hot topics, let's go ahead and talk about her. Everybody know about Wendy Williams. Let's talk about the most classy
I know.
of the year. No, you meant hot topics. Let's get on the hot topic.
Well, since I said well, you know what? Let's do this one first, Kim, because I want to pay our respects to our former FAMU president, Dr. Frederick Humphreys. If you're a rattler, you know how influential he was, how he did it for FAMU. I mean, just grow the university. So, hey, President Humphreys, God bless you. Take your rest well, rest in peace. I don't have any personal interaction stories with Dr. Humphreys. However, I was at FAMU High when he got there, and I went to high school with his youngest son. We graduated from high school together. So, Lawrence, God bless you. Our condolences and prayers with you and the family. His services, a set of services actually, are this weekend on FAMU's campus in the Lawson Center, but it is on www.famu.edu. And you are right, Road. Can't nobody do the strike again like Humphreys. We could not wait to hear him with that. Absolutely. So we do pay homage and respect to the man that brought so much to FAMU. And making it I think we were college of the year while he was there.
A couple times.
Yeah.
I think we were a couple times.
Yeah. So if you were and it was so much outpour when the news came through, and everybody was like, you ain't no real rattler unless you was there when Humphreys was there. So But you know what, that ain't quite true because I am a real rattler. I was not necessarily in school at FAMU during that time, but you know, he paid the way. So that's what we do. JT,
Hey, what's
JT.
happening? What's that? What's going
what's
on? What's
going on?
You know, a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Look, I'm scared to ask.
Don't ask.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
As
scared
she
to
sips
ask.
her water.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Right. I see you with your Rattler shirt on. We was just talking about Humphreys. Yes.
Yeah, you
Now, do
know,
you have a Humphrey story?
no, I don't got no Humphrey story. I tell you what, because I was actually too young to be a Humphrey kid. So I do remember him being drunk a lot, and when he had to give some speeches at the game. I'm sorry, I know y'all don't want to hear that, but
No,
Humphreys was a
it's the
drinker.
truth though. It's the truth. The truth sets everybody's free.
Yeah,
He was. That's what I mean. That was a part of his DNA. He could get that strike together if it wasn't a little slur going on beforehand.
when the legs go charge but tired or them hard charging linebackers, and he's like, what, man? You slurring a little bit, but you know we know that about Humphreys. You know, Humphreys is a good guy.
Rose say, watch your mouth.
Yeah. Man, all right, bro. Don't know it's true too. Whoever that is.
She know.
Yeah. Everybody that went to FAMU around about that time knew about it.
And strike again. Yes.
Yeah. He
But
was
that was also back
drinking
in the
again.
day when the tubas used to do that split at the end too.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
He'll do that, I think.
Oh, JT, you in trouble.
Oh
What?
Lord.
Rose said, no more lemonade for you.
Oh, okay. Mate, she don't turn down no money.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, man, she don't turn down no money. If I put in an order, I bet I get some lemonade.
Look, it might take you a day or two, but you gonna get it if you put that money with that order.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Wait, and I'll drink to that. Can't stop our bag.
Oh my gosh, she say and don't. Oh my goodness. So we just said the famous words, hot topics. Hot
JT.
topics. And I want to add something else, but since I went on and talked about it, we gotta talk about. I did not really know who Tabitha Brown was. Okay.
I still don't know who Tabitha Brown is.
So
Google her.
Right.
Google her.
So I watched this show called Black Love on OWN. So
she used to drive the school bus.
Did she?
No, don't pay attention to JT. He done threw you off just that quick. Oh my God.
That's what he does. That's what I can count on that.
My bad.
So so I saw her on Black Love with her husband. So Black Love is just interviews talking about, you know, with different Black couples and things like that. I really didn't know who she was. And then I heard that she did the read of the century.
That's my girl.
The read of the century. And so I'm like, well, what is going on?
It was so inspiring.
I know, right?
It was inspiring.
So I listened to what apparently Wendy in her hot topics. This is what happened, JT.
Hello.
Yep. Wendy in her hot topics decided that she was gonna. Can you hear us, JT? Hello?
Hey. Everybody all right?
Yeah, we good. So Wendy decided in her hot topics that she was gonna talk about Tabitha Brown, who had made a decision to retire her husband from the LA police force because she was, successfully, financially and whatever, so he could pursue another dream or whatever. Now, mind you, Wendy said this marriage gonna be in deep trouble in a little bit. It ain't gonna work. Da 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 da. What is she thinking? She crazy? Whatever Wendy said.
Cause she did it and it didn't work for her.
Right. And that's exactly what she said. She was like, I did that. Y'all see how that turned out, So that's what she said. So Miss Tabitha apparently was minding her own business one morning and her phone started blowing up. And so she gets on social media and says, Sister Wendy, God bless you.
Yeah. She did. I saw that. She handled it so gracefully.
Okay.
Listen.
I mean, smooth together. So the angry black woman stereotype is definitely out the window because wasn't no anger in it. It was just like Kim.
JT cutting out. Listen, since JT cutting out and cutting in, see that's what men do. They cut out and they cut back in. But we're gonna leave that one alone. But let's get back to Wendy Williams and Tabitha. The Tabitha Reid that was the Reid of the century.
It really was.
Because it was done with poise, it was done with class, and it was spiritually based. That was one spiritually based read I've ever. It did my heart. I told Lisa earlier, it did my heart some good. It did my heart some good. Because basically, now the undertone was, how dare you put that negativity on my marriage because yours went south. But when she said me and my husband agreed, it was an agreement between me and my husband. I say, I like that.
Yeah.
And what really got me, she said, I hope you find, and she went the name of the characteristics of a man she hope will find to love her. I said, she talking to me? She talking to me. Because baby, and told her she hoped she loved herself and experienced the kind of love that she had been experiencing.
Right.
You don't get a read like that from black women. It's usually the nastiest read, but she said, my prayer to you is.
Right.
And it was done with such calm, such poise, again, with such class. I was like, girl, that's nice, nasty. I like that.
She was so sweet. It was like, God bless you.
Wendy, what can Wendy say after
that?
Yeah, what can Wendy say after that? Because she basically let you know that you are in pain, and because of the pain that you have experienced, you're trying to say that I'm going to experience that same kind of pain, and that's not so.
Right.
Well, I was like, go Tabitha, girl. Let me. I'm gonna be your social media follower. I like that.
And you know what? I don't think she would have really had like that big of an issue if you just got on there and talked about how I retired my husband or whatever, and you may not have understood it, then that's fine. But when you go to pronouncing stuff, that becomes the problem. Like, this ain't gonna work out. She gonna be unhappy. He gonna do this. She gonna do that, and all of it. I know part of your show is talk trash about people.
I was gonna say, isn't like Wendy Williams? Isn't she like unhappy all the time though? Like majority of the time with something.
Yes, she's always in somebody's business. But she about lost her mind. But she about lost her mind.
How you doing?
How you doing?
But Kim, ain't no comeback to that other than
I apologize. Look, I apologize, and I appreciate your words of comfort.
Right. That's the only thing, and you know she ain't gonna do that.
Cause baby, she helped her out. I like that. Tabitha, yes, Tabitha, yes for Tabitha Brown, yes. Stay out of people's business.
That was the read of the century. Like, okay, we all gotta start reading people like that. Because, oh my goodness.
She said, and when you put God first, because we put God first, not our money, not the career. I said, oh, God is first in our marriage. Hint, hint. I don't know what y'all had going on. So I've
Right,
been
right,
translating. I don't
right.
know what y'all had going on over there, but we had God over here because we struggled together. We succeeded
Yeah,
together. It
Together.
wasn't no separate thing. You succeed like Wendy Williams. She was succeeding, but her husband was way in the background. Way, way. You know, we didn't know she was married for a long time. You didn't know who her husband was because you never seen him. You
Which
never
could be
seen
a
him.
good thing too. I mean, we don't always have to see what's going on. If you keep your private life private.
No, because he had another life going on, so he can't be. He couldn't
Oh, well,
be.
now that's a whole nother thing. Yeah,
oh
that's
yeah,
a
he had
whole nother thing.
side chick, some side piece stuff going on.
And a baby.
I see you.
Ooh,
Got
I
a
no,
see
piece
not
your
here,
deuces.
a piece here, a piece
Um,
there, a piece there.
JT.
not a baby. He had a baby on Wendy.
Yeah, he was spending Wendy money on the other woman.
Wendy always stirring up the wind, but she got sweat.
That hurricane, that's what it was. Hurricane Tabitha came all up and threw them
Roll.
with a little with biblical. It was a biblical hurricane.
It was,
Speaking of hurricane,
was.
Elsa still. Hey, Fred.
What? You just come in laughing.
You know why?
So,
Miss Black says, speaking of hurricanes, and you know, I'm gonna bring in the thunder.
Oh my God. Here he go.
What's up, good people?
Hey,
how are you?
what's going on, man?
Good. JT, my brother, good to see you.
What's going on? What's going on, my brother? You all right?
I cannot complain.
I see you got your button all the way up to the top.
Yeah, man, you know,
You
keeping it
hey,
clean.
you at home? Unloosen that thing.
He choking.
I do it for the people. I do it for the people.
Man, we know you. We know you at home. Just just relax a little bit. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
I didn't have my first glass of wine yet since I got home. I need to probably do that first, and then
that's what it is.
That's what it is.
Listen, oh my goodness. So France, we had a chance to and JT's gone. We had a chance to pay homage and respect to Dr. Humphreys. Do you happen to have a Dr. Humphreys story?
You know, the story that I have for Dr. Humphreys is really about the people that worked for Dr. Humphreys. So if those who don't know, Dr. Humphreys is a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. But Dr. Humphreys had a way of selecting great talent. And that talent always made him look good, right? So one of our other fraternity brother Sam, Leo Sam, worked with him for a number of years. He was like Dr. Humphreys' right-hand man. And he and Brother Humphreys really did a lot of great work for the community. So if anything I've learned from the leadership styles of different leaders, specifically iconic leaders, is finding great people to put around you. And I thought he had a great way of kind of doing that. Like, I may not understand everything, but I know Miss Black know it. So Miss Black joined the team. And I think that's what has made, during his era, what made FAMU such a great enterprise, because he knew it wasn't about all him, right?
Yeah.
It's not the Humphreys show, it's the FAMU show. So how can we produce greater talent to go out into the world to make a great, do great work? Yeah. So that's probably the biggest thing I've learned from his era.
Yeah. And not just the talent that worked there, but bringing in the student talent.
Bringing in, yes. He was great at that.
He was gonna find those merit scholars and even the ones that were local. He was like, "Oh no, we're not letting you leave. Tell us to go to another school." Correct. So yeah. Absolutely.
It's him understanding that we can also produce that, right? We can produce that talent. We want the best. and we could produce the best. And the other piece is, even when the students didn't know that they were the best, he made them know
Feel the best.
that you are the best. So I love that about his era and about that time frame. And I think FAMU has adopted that as part of their history now. It's part of the culture.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So let me pause right here to put this little plug in. So we kicked off our summer subscriber campaign on July 1st. Yes, there's the flyer. Listen, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel. And on August 12th, we are going to pick some winners for a $50 gift card and a guest appearance on our show. But Jamal, you can take it down now. Thanks. Last week we got another gift from Auntie V. So
can I unscribe and rescribe and
With Black.
no, it's not new subscribers, it's our subscriber base, period.
Oh, okay.
But now I don't know. Do we have to put rules in? Like if you already
yeah, because I can go and I can unscribe right quick and come on back in right quick. You know what I'm saying? So I can be a part of the group. I'm just wondering, $50 gift card go a long way,
Right.
I know y'all hear the noise in the background. You see me doing this.
I was about to ask that. That might look a little rigged, Kim. I don't know. We might can't let you win.
All right, I ain't gonna let the conspiracy theories flow. Oh, she be on the show, they just let her win. No, I unsubscribed and rescribed again.
So also, one other prize that was added was a tax preparation session and filing for up to $300.
Yeah,
you get that.
Thank you.
We're gonna be drawing and pulling and see what come up. So make sure you subscribe, tell a friend, tell a neighbor. So we want to build up our YouTube channel subscriber base. Listen, because we have so much fun on this show. Kitchen Talk CTC.
Conversations.
Cool.
Yes, they do. I haven't heard it in so long. Both of y'all. Yes. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So let's get into because we had a long list of stuff that we was gonna talk about today. With
Tabitha.
Yeah, Tabitha and Wendy. So we done covered that. That was that's the read of all reads.
Yeah, that's my new best friend. That's my new best friend. Tabitha is my new best friend.
If I ever have to read anybody, I'm gonna look at her again and do it that way.
Ooh, I get chills thinking about it. Just get chills. Okay, I get chills thinking about
it. Cam. I love Cam. Listen. Oh my God. Like, yeah, she put that together. And she got her all the way together and not a nary cuss word.
Not one.
You have to cuss. Yeah, always got. It's just like Will Smith. You said when they was talking about him not rapping and cursing, it's like you ain't got to curse to get your point across.
That
you
point,
really
and
don't.
she did.
You're right.
She did.
She was not negative at all. She was. It wasn't none of this. It wasn't. It was there.
So unbothered.
I said yes.
What kind of was she?
Yes.
It was more like, this ain't really about me. This for you, Miss Wendy.
Yeah.
I said, look, Adam. She said, excuse me while I'm in my pajamas.
Right. This for you, Miss Wendy. We're going to be all right, but I want you to be all right.
When she started, look, to start off, Miss Wendy, bless you. Okay. She got her voice in reading.
She could have really did something different. I mean, the only thing she didn't do is just tell Inyala to fix her life. That's the only thing she didn't do. But she could have did something like that.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, may I suggest that you contact?
She gone now. She just did her last. This was the last season for her.
Yeah.
She's not doing that no more.
Yeah. Well, I think she's still doing it, but not on the show.
Well, I mean, I know her ministry is still
Yeah.
that, but I'm saying she's not doing the show anymore. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so let's get into this one right here. What's the baby name? The track star?
Shakira, what's her name?
Shakari Richardson.
Shakari Richardson. There it is.
Okay.
I'm gonna let y'all have this one.
This is what I'm having trouble with.
What you having trouble with, Lisa? Lord Jesus. Here we go.
She get a thank you.
She was smoking them
and
weed.
she's paused. Oh, you know it's coming.
Right.
You just sit back and say, okay, what she finna come up with?
Oh no.
Kim don't be telling all the business.
She do like this? Yeah, it's on.
Okay. So did she have a drug test before she ran and qualified?
No, they didn't catch it till after.
It's after.
Yeah.
I think they knew, and I think they knew she was positive, and they was waiting to see how she was gonna place, and then they's like, oh, snatch the rug from up under. I think they knew already. I'm her mama right now. I'm her mama right now. I'm her mama right now. They knew my baby was already smoking weed. And they knew she was positive, and they let her get out there, and they took her a hot moment and snatched the rug from up under her and put her at a low place.
Oh God. No, I don't think so. I think
that one ain't gonna work. That one ain't gonna work.
Not gonna work. It's not gonna work. I think that it was after the fact, because I think they already get tested before they run.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
so, that's what I know.
Before the race, and then she's in Colorado, you know, having a good time with her friends. She's already on a emotional high from running such a great race. Here you are hanging out with your friends, being young. You know, you've been
No,
that's not what happened. That is not what she said. What happened? She said, you're right, Shima. She said she was doing an interview. Mm-hmm. The reporter said your mama died.
That's how she found out.
Know that.
That's how she found out.
That's how she found out.
Her mama did
Yes,
that's how
she ran that race right after the death of her mother.
Right. That's how she found out.
I'm not saying that she didn't know about her mom. I'm saying that you knew about, if you would have smoked that weed, man. I understand you going through some things.
True.
But I knew you were gonna get tested. You knew you were gonna get tested.
But this is what I can't understand though. Did she get tested before she ran or after? That's the part that is confusing me.
They get tested twice.
Get tested before, they know. Why let her run?
But you know what? When she had her test before, she might not have been positive.
Correct.
But after you run and you win, you definitely have to take a test. So it's going to show up then. So, and you know, and her being young, her thing is, okay, I'm not going to smoke because I know this first test coming up. So I'm going to be clean the first test. But look what all transpired and happened between the first test and the test after the run. You sitting up here having an interview and they tell you your mom died, your biological mom died. And you like, what?
Right.
Y'all, she just 22 years old? 21, 22 years old?
Yeah, she's young.
She's still, yes, she knew better. She wasn't supposed to be smoking. But you cannot tell somebody how to react in a situation like that.
She said that she owned up to it.
You actually added more content, because I didn't even know that till tonight. And even without that information, I do think that at this point in her career, you have to have people there with you. And I had this conversation with a friend, and she was like, well, you know, the coach can't be there all the time, right? So coach can't watch you and look after you at every moment. But I do think that you have to have certain people to make sure you are good, especially after that type of situation. When somebody tells you that, you know, this person, somebody's close to you, had passed away, listen, you're going to need that support, like almost like a 24-hour watch. Here you are at the high of your career. You find out your parent died. You way down. You went from 100 to 0, You went from 0 to 100, then 100 to 0.
Sure. I agree with you, but everybody don't have that.
But she
Everybody doesn't.
does. But she does. She got
And
coaches,
then-
she got trainers, she got teammates who could have been there to ensure, look, you are the winning ticket. So it's like, so I saw this on social media. Like,
So if she wasn't the winning ticket, wasn't nobody gonna be around her?
I mean, even the guy who might have sold her whatever it is will say, no, I'll give it to JT. I'll give it to Miss Black. But you, no. Because you the winning ticket right now. And you can't mess up. I think that's the thing that we used to do in terms of watching out for each other. So
But you know, they don't do that now because it's about their dollars. So they don't care if they knock you out.
And the fact that she was in Oregon, which is legal.
Correct.
So there's, you know.
I mean, it's a learning lesson. The thing that hurt probably the most is that she will not be able to run the 4x1 either. So I was like, okay, at least she get the 4x1. When they took that away from her as well, that not only hurts her, that hurts the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That nobody else tested positive in a whole group of kids running.
But when your target is on you and you know the target is on you, you have to be extra careful. And I know they tell people all the time, don't be in the box, don't be in the box. But to some degree, you have to be in the box.
Correct. I felt bad because, again, Ms. Black, you're right. This is again another learning moment where we have to let our kids know that sometimes you can't be a part of what everybody else is doing, right?
Yeah.
So you're a shining star right now. This is not what you need to be doing. We need to get you on a different path. You're about to do something that a generation, it doesn't happen like that. This doesn't happen like, oh, we got the fastest runner in the world, right? This is like generational speed that we're seeing, and she's gonna miss out on it.
So I don't think she was necessarily wilding like other kids doing it, so I'm doing it. She stated that it was her way of coping with her emotions.
Yeah.
So her emotions were all over the place.
Right.
And she knew she had to go out. And again, there's this other pressure, like you saying, you the star.
Right.
That's a whole nother pressure.
Everywhere you go.
That everybody doesn't know how to cope with or how to deal with.
Yep.
And the fact that this was her biological mother, but she was raised by her grandmother. So there is that dynamic as well.
Right.
So here is all of this happening at one time. And she was saying she had to figure out how to still go out here and do, what she got to do.
Right.
And so that was, that was her thing. So, but I think the rule is the rule.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate it for.
No, but they set a precedence a long time ago when they allowed, what's his name? The swimmer? Was he the swimmer? When they allowed him to do what he did after he tested positive, at that time, you set a precedent. And I'm sorry, but what you do for one,
you gotta do for all. I agree with you, Miss Black.
Yeah,
I'm on a fight on a personal level about that same thing with a school situation. Once you set a precedent, and you're right, once is either that or what team you're on. What's your intricate part of a certain team, the team you play on. So on a personal level, on a personal fight that I'm going through with the school, what you have set precedents for others, you got to do it for one.
You got to do it for everybody.
I agree. I definitely agree.
Title IX is real.
And go ahead, JT.
I said, my thing is, I just hope that, the runners of the past, like Gail Devers and Gwen Torrance and, like Melissa, I forgot the last name. It's like, they're twins, but they're all track champions. And I just hope they reach out to her and they wrap their arms around her and just say that, you know what, we've all made mistakes, learn from, bounce back and go do the thing. You see
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
That's what I'm.
I think will. But then Nike also has decided that they're not
dismissing her.
They're not
going to keep
dismissing
her.
her. I thought that was good.
Yeah. And it's kind of a sketchy time right now, and it's a time where we do need to reevaluate a lot of the things that we're doing in terms of the laws, in terms of when you have thousands of people who are telling you that one, they're taking this recreational marijuana, not just for recreation, but for health, in terms of I'm feeling bad, I'm hurting. See, I'm not a smoker like that, so I can only sympathize for the people who go through something and they need something to help get the edge off, whatever it may be. I think we need to really start to think about how do we change this system so it doesn't hurt us, because it's meant to help us. Right. So the whole, fight on drugs, we already knew that was a sham. Yeah. Right? We know it's a sham. Everybody, it's clear that it was a sham.
Yeah.
From cigarettes all the way up into whatever else. There are some drugs that I feel like, that doesn't need to be on the street. But there's some of these things that's not only killing us individually, but as a community.
Yes.
I mean, it don't make sense to go to jail if you had a little ounce of something on you, but somebody else has the same ounce on them, but they get a slap on the wrist. I mean,
that's a whole nother talk.
I see you, JT.
Systematic racism.
That's it, JT. I'm with JT.
That's a whole
the hardest part for me was hearing the aftermath of different people, because she was already getting criticism, with her hair, and now y'all trying to put her down like she could not do what she did. That's God-given talent.
Right.
That's hard work. That's dedication that you're seeing.
The marijuana did not do that.
Not at all.
It is not enhancing, and I'm not a specialist.
Marijuana. Listen, I've never been high before. Let me just put that out there. I've never been high before, but I've heard other people say it's not a performance enhancing drug. It makes you slower. So for her to have been smoking and still smoke everybody. No, I take that back. She was losing the race and ran everybody down.
Right.
Correct.
And still win like that.
Right.
Come on, man. You can't, that drugs have nothing to do with that.
Right.
I do think that there's a lot of
like
people
me.
It's like haterade. We see you doing well, we're gonna try to find some way
something.
To say, you don't deserve it, you shouldn't be a part of it. Again, like Ms. Black said, I like Michael Phelps. I still think he's an amazing athlete, but they did it for him. If you did it for him, you should do it for everybody else.
Yeah. Well,
everybody else. So, and then there's so much red tape and this and that. Yeah, I agree with you, Lisa, that the rules are the rules, but you know what? Sometimes we need to reevaluate the rules.
Absolutely.
We need to go back and check to see how is it, again, just like what we talked about with from the beginning of this show, from civil rights to human rights to
absolutely.
We need to reevaluate
this absolutely.
Yeah, man. So I feel my heart goes out to her.
Mine too.
One thing that's true, we all know the truth.
Right.
You nobody can take that away.
And I'm waiting on the comeback.
I was just about to say that, Kim.
The comeback. She gonna mature. She gonna mature in all of this. She maturing in all this. That's right.
Exactly. Because she was already in the news. Because they was hating on her about her hair and this and that, and she looked like a dude. I'm like, really, y'all? And
she don't look like a dude. She don't look like no dude.
Oh no! I mean, she is.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Beautiful.
This is us. These are people. This could be your daughter.
It's the same thing they did to Venus and Serena.
Yeah, same thing they did to Venus and Serena.
Beautiful, but if you're strong, if you're beautiful, if you're bold, if you're unique.
Oh man,
JT done went on.
Listen, it don't even start with them. It goes all the way back to when
Flojo,
FloJo came
yeah.
out and she
Flojo,
had
yes.
the long hair.
Yeah.
And she
Flojo
had
was
the she
flashy
had the
like
track
that.
suit with one
Yeah.
leg missing.
Yeah.
Man,
And it's
They
not
said-
necessarily outside of the community. It's inside the community that does
We
that.
are on. We
Then
are
we gonna come
first.
together.
Oh,
Lisa, I got to at least do this. It's not. It's both.
I agree.
It's both. It's
I
both.
agree.
And we
I'm not
can't.
saying that, but
Yeah.
I'm saying, can the
they do us
community
worse.
keep
We
their
expect
mouth
from
off
you.
of her?
No,
Like
and
that?
I knew exactly what you were saying, but I don't want us to miss out on that other piece, right? Because there were haters all across the board.
Yeah.
It just hurts more when it's
Yeah.
your own
And it's
people.
your own people.
When it's your own household, it hurts more. But she was getting hate for no reason, for
no
being,
reason.
for doing what she does naturally, for winning. So I think again, we just need to reevaluate, and I think the whole Olympics committee needs to reevaluate some of their rules, some of the things that.
Absolutely.
they
And
have
who
to
sits
do.
on the committee? Who do anybody know who sits on the committee?
That part too.
What's their makeup?
So apparently at the White House, they asked a question about how Biden was reacting or whatever. And the White House spokesperson at that time was saying that it was the International Drug Committee, something. And it was their decision. And they, it was nothing that they could do about it. But Biden supports hers. He thinks that she's amazing.
I don't know, man.
That whole thing. But that's what I'm telling. I don't shoot the message.
really
That's just what they said.
Once again, if they really want you to be there,
They're
you'll be
gonna.
there.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're gonna be there. Let's just call a spade a spade. If
Hey,
you really
They
want,
got to give the other ones a fighting chance. I mean, let's just be honest. Jamaica still.
Hey. Yeah.
I said the same. At the end of the day, if they wanted her to run,
True.
She would have ran. Yeah.
she would have ran. Nobody would have said what they said in the church, a mumbling word.
Right.
Nobody was okay. The committee decided that, you know what, we're gonna take away the 200, but she can still run the 100, and she can still run the 4x1.
Right.
I mean, there's a way of penalizing people without,
Well, I think it's a one. Yes, JT, you trying to get our attention?
Did you see who they replaced her with?
Who?
No, I didn't see that yet.
Oh, London. I'm finna Google
Did
that. Wait a
y'all
minute.
see who they replaced her with?
Who did
Wait,
they
JT,
replace?
I'm trying to
freaking
find it.
white girl that came in, huh?
That came in
The
what?
freaking white girl that came 4th and 5th place.
And fourth
That's
place,
who they with.
5th place.
Yes, her. That's who they replacing her with.
So the conspiracy theory gets deeper, Miss Black.
I
I know it wasn't right. I told y'all I smell it. I smell it.
Listen. I said, so what about the black girls that came in like third
and third,
second?
yeah, second.
No.
Like you not gonna, y'all don't see nothing wrong with this?
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
that, yep.
So I'm like, the people that's already gonna be on the 4x1, do they agree to this? I'm pretty sure that they don't. But I'm like, come on, man. Come on now. This was like just plain as day.
Yeah, that's a trip.
That's crazy.
Again, that's why I said, call a spade a spade. If they wanted it to happen, it would have happened without a problem. Just like they said in the church, nobody would say a mumbling word. They would have kept it moving and said, okay, we're going with this. We know she went through this family situation. We're continuing to support her.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I mean, she's still young. And we're not gonna just use that as an excuse. But again, I do think there's ways to punish without killing. You know what I mean? I tell my
So
students all the time,
it's a 1 month suspension. So does that absolutely mean that she can't go?
well, she can't go because there's no race that she
Right.
can run.
Oh,
Yeah,
Track-
she
the
can.
trackers- Go ahead.
Go ahead, JT. You good?
The track association, they said that she could have the suspension, the 30-day suspension would have been up, but the US Track Association said that wouldn't be fair to the other runners.
Yeah.
So they left her
Why?
off.
She issued her punishment. She done did her time. Why wasn't it fair?
And that's what I was just going to
Because
say too, Ms.
they're
Blunt.
looking at, they followed the rules.
But you
That's
know what?
basically what
And that's
and so she dealt with the consequences,
right.
and now she back on the team.
And that's kind of what I was saying earlier. If you wanted it to happen, you would have made it happen.
Yeah.
Again, if she served her time, she's done with her time, let her run. But again, people gonna change the rules to make sure that JT, you done opened up a whole can of worms on that one, man. I did not know.
I didn't know that.
Like,
I didn't know that. Oh my goodness.
I know I'm a US citizen, but I hope they get smoked. I hope
They
that white
is.
girl,
well,
listen, I hate to say it. I hope they run circles around that white girl.
They
I hope
is.
they
They
show her
They
exactly
is.
why she don't supposed to be in them kind of races. Go compete
I'm
in the
gonna-
mile. Go compete in the 3
I'm gonna
mile.
watch it. I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna root for the other people.
Oh,
But let me tell you now, the big race is really with Jamaica. And that's
That's
what
not gonna. It's not a race now. It's not a race anymore.
It's not, because you want the best of the best to race against the best of the best. That's what makes the
It's not a
Olympics
race anymore.
special. When you just have, okay, I'm average. Now we want the best to race against the best, and everybody was looking forward. This girl is running like
setting record breaking. Record breaking.
she's breaking records.
Yeah.
This is the best of the best, and everybody was expecting, to see the U.S.
Go neck and neck with
Jamaica out. Dog Jamaica out.
She was the only person that was probably going to challenge Shelly Ann Fraser Price from Jamaica. Shelly Ann, if y'all don't know, Shelly Ann Fraser Price is nothing to mess around with.
Yeah.
Like,
JT, the whole Jamaican team ain't nothing.
The men and the women.
I understand that, but she is their prize runner as far as females go.
So it just hurts because I want to see the best, and she has proven that she knows what she's doing. She's capable of running.
Yeah,
but it's sad for them not to go with number 2, number 3, number 4.
Yeah.
You
They went
already
with 4,
number
5.
5.
Yeah.
Look, somebody that barely plays. Now, who her people
Wait, how many
paid?
people was in the race?
It was a lot of them, but I want to know who the replacement people paid on the. Okay.
You know it's like 8 people on the track in the race, so
Yeah. So who bribed who? Y'all know it. Go on, call a spade, as Fon say. Who bribed who? Because you ain't supposed to be there, sis.
He
You're
finished.
supposed to be at the house with the rest of us cheering, sis.
Oh
Somebody
God!
just posted it.
For those of y'all who don't know,
She finished
we'll go
4th.
find you some facts.
He finished 4th.
Okay.
I just saw
She
that.
finished 4th. How you finished 4th?
And the
And
second and the third persons,
I can't count
alternate.
y'all.
The
I always
second
thought
and
it was a
third
type of
place winners gonna be alternates.
But the medals are gold, silver, and bronze. So that's first, second, and third. So you just skip all over that and run over there to 4th place because Lil Penny's sister now and Mama now had got together, got all their money together, and they done paid off people. So we're gonna do something different, and we're gonna be at the year that. And no, why ain't nobody gave me no money? Since y'all paying that kind of money,
You know what?
that's a slap in the face.
It is.
At the end of the day, I want to see the best, whether it's running, swimming.
4 ain't the best. 4 is barely making it.
That's the problem.
Number 4 was barely making it. Now I'm hating. Number 4,
Oh, God.
barely making it.
Boy,
Bronze
Lord. Oh my
is
goodness. I
bronze,
can't
silver,
believe
and
it.
gold. They ain't
Okay,
got no 4th place up there.
Kim, let's get to this next one.
She
So
getting plastic. She don't get to stand on the podium.
Number 4
She
stay
don't
in
even
the
get to stand on the
bleacher
podium.
with everybody else. They sit back there and stand up and wave.
they
They don't get
are
down. They don't even get to
absolutely.
come to the podium. They don't get an honorable mention. Nobody thinks about 4.
Yeah. Y'all mess. I love it.
Y'all play sports. Y'all play little league sports.
What you
And-
say, JT?
No, she
You
don't
ever
get
play
no
little league
trophy.
sports?
Everybody don't get a trophy.
JT's on mute. You know it's bad when they have to put JT on mute.
I didn't do it. He did it to
I
himself.
know he did to himself. That's what I'm saying. Oh my God.
JT, you are on mute. You muted
on mute.
yourself.
He's still on mute.
You know what? I can't with him.
Oh God.
So, I was listening to DL Hughley today, and he was talking about the assassination of the Haitian president, and he compared it to the insurrection and how these people just came in the White House determined to kill somebody.
Yep.
And now it's like commonplace.
Yep.
My thing
And
is
so-
same thing. Where was security?
So
That
you know the situation now is getting deeper, and
Mhm.
everybody thinks that he's related to me. Let me put that out there. We have the same last name.
Okay, well, I just was wondering.
I was too. And when I said I wanted to talk about, I was like, oh, I didn't ask him if that was okay, if they related, if it's down the line, if it's in the bloodline somewhere. I know
No,
it's got
we
the two
still,
little dots over the eye, but
yeah, and that's the thing. My family, he is very close to my family. Let's just put it that way. Number one, so my aunt and him are very close friends. So that was a big blow. You know, whether you like the person or not, you let the person do their job, right?
right.
Number two, when the people came into the Capitol, they came in. There's one road from, according to the reporters, there's one road to go up to his house, and to get there, you have to go through a barricade, right? Yeah. So most people think we all related, and we might be related. That's what my dad said. We're trying to still figure that out in terms of the lineage. But anyways, there's one road, according to the reporter, to get to the president's house. And before you go through that road, you have to go through a blockade, which you have to get a call. So security did call to find out if these guys were able to go through the blockade. The guys were posing as DEA agents. So the chief of police tells them that, yes, you can let them through.
Oh, wow.
And they let them through. This is what we got, you know. And I think the conspiracy theory goes deeper and deeper, but there's so much conflict, so much, so many issues surrounded, not just his death, but his presidency, right? How the country was moving. So we want to see the country grow. I've shared this a number of times. You know, Haiti is a beautiful place. Beautiful place. Bar what anybody else has told you. It's a beautiful. If you see a bunch of people trying to get on a boat to get to Haiti, but they're telling you don't go, then you know something's up, right? So beautiful place, beautiful people, but getting a bad rep, you know, in terms of other countries joining in to keep Haiti down, taking resources from the country, and definitely a lot of corruption. So anytime somebody tries to stop the corruption and stop the drama, you're gonna have some issues. We see it in America. We saw it with 45. They tried to stop the corruption. Now we got some issues. They
And
put the most corrupt person they can think of in office.
right.
And
Right.
it took an insurrection to happen for people to say, nah, he's not that great.
Yeah.
He's-
Some people,
he's-
because
some
some people still like what the problem is.
Correct.
Are they corrupt?
To the core, Ms. Black, to the core. So I think it's a lot more information that needs to come out about the whole situation, and all we could do now is really just pray for the people that are there, because the violence is still going on.
Yeah.
They don't tell you everything on the news, and
Right.
the other part is the news is not always accurate.
Right.
Right. So you got to be careful who you getting the message from.
You heard what Denzel Washington said. If you watch the news, if you watch the news, you're misinformed. If you don't watch the news, you're uninformed.
Great point. Great point.
It's like a lose.
And I say, just tread between all of that, find what you can find, and roll with it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's a sad day for the Haitian community. I said the same thing. It was just like the insurrection, because how could you get that far into one of the most secure places about to attack, regardless of how I feel about the president, definitely the vice president, regardless. These are the people that are running our country.
Yeah.
You're gonna go in, you shouldn't even be close to that. And for them to get that close and to do that, it was a travesty. For them to kill the president the way they killed him too. It wasn't just, I was getting calls all day, text messages all day, because it doesn't just affect him and his family, but it does affect the whole Haitian community, the culture.
Yeah.
Already people give you a bad rap when that is not the case.
Yeah.
So, it hurts to see that your chief, it's like capture the flag. Somebody took your castle down.
Yeah.
It was a hard day to be. I'm gonna give you this. My cousin shared this with us. She said she was in she works at a health facility, and she had an elderly Haitian community that had their heads down. They didn't know. They were bewildered because they could not understand how this could happen.
Yeah.
So it's almost the same as watching MLK die. For people to be like, well, how did that happen? Or JFK.
Yeah. I've seen that compared to JFK in the news. Yeah.
How you kill the president? Like him or not, whatever it may be. I say the same thing for Trump. You know what? Just vote him out.
Right. Right.
That's all you gotta do, vote.
So, you don't have to do what we saw and what we've seen the past couple of days.
Yeah.
That was just, it's, I think every Haitian person has their hearts kind of, feel in a certain way, whether you liked them or didn't. Because again, it affects you on a national scale, not just, okay, he passed away, but nationally, it takes a little bit away. And that's just my opinion. There it is. There it is. I mean, how could you not be? How could you not be? The whole country is mourning. Same thing happened with JFK. I mean, people who didn't like him, they mourned because this is
that's not the way. To me, that's not the way.
Correct.
Just because you don't like something don't mean you just kill it off. What is that?
So there's a lot of conspiracy. There's a lot of questions. There's a lot of things that need to be answered. But more importantly, I think if anything, to celebrate his life and to celebrate, what a lot of people have been trying to do with Haiti is let's uplift the country. Let's stop taking away their resources, and let's figure out how we can make it. It's already there, and I can't even say it, make it a great. It's already a great place. It's already so beautiful. Let's make it somewhere where you say, I want to go. and be proud of that. So it's like going to Africa to me. So, anyways, I don't went on my rant for the night.
Yeah. No, you good. You good. That actually that was gonna be one of my questions was, are y'all related? But yeah, just really that it boggles my mind how people can think that it's okay to settle your problem by killing or getting rid of the person. And that just doesn't make sense to me. And it goes in so many ways. Like, again, you're saying, how could they get that close to him like that? And then also you're looking and it's like, what do people see? Is it okay for this set of people to be this close and this set of people not? So you got one set of barricades for people who you feel like are threats that are not. Right. And then the people that you don't feel like are threats, you just, let them all willy-nilly or whatever. Yeah. Like how could they not verify that these people were DNA?
And that's the thing. You got to now the chief of police has to answer some questions, right? Yeah. And again, what is the DEA doing in Haiti anyways? Besides protecting their own interests.
Right. They're all corrupt.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, wow. Yeah. Right. That's not even come on, man.
From my understanding, there was some were arrested. Is that right? I think I read that some were arrested. Yeah.
But here's the thing, Lisa.
But it was still a lot of bloodshed.
It was, and there still is. The problem that I also have is that the people they probably caught, they're not the masterminds.
Yeah.
Who put this all together, who thought this through, who paid the money to make. There's somebody that we need to touch at the top.
Yeah.
It's the same thing like the insurrection. Yeah, y'all bringing a lot of these people to court. Some of them got tried. A lot of them got released.
Yeah.
But the person you really needed to put in cuffs was
the person that said, let's march over there.
Let's march over there and take over. Number 45. He started it. He amplified it. He was doing it way before the day they got there. And when they got there, he added more fuel to the fire. There's somebody who's the mastermind.
Disappeared.
Correct. And that's what happens. The mastermind, he gets away.
The Oz. He the Oz.
Correct.
Listen, we have spent this hour very well. Oh my goodness. And we still didn't touch on Bill and Felicia.
Oh man.
And I was thinking about when Kim said the
free Bill. Yay, Bill free.
I was thinking about when Kim said the box, how Felicia got in a little trouble.
She did.
Because of her new position.
Yep.
So, like,
can I
say what I want to say on my own page or whatever? It's me. This is Felicia Rashad talking and not Howard. But no, you can't, because now Howard got to say that's her page. That's how she felt. That is not. She is not speaking.
Yeah.
So it's like, what is the line? What is the line?
But why is it that you can't separate somebody's personal belief and feelings away from the job? Why is it that I got to keep what I feel and what I believe to myself to pacify some employment that will cancel me because of what I believe and what I feel? Long as it's not detrimental to somebody else, leave me, leave alone.
Well, you know what? They didn't do that. They didn't take away her position. What they did was separate themselves from her.
They separated themselves from it.
And I think any business that has an employee like that, you can do that. And I think it's the best thing to do, probably the smartest thing to do. But I do think in her role, she should have thought about it before she tweeted. That's just me. I think especially when you get to that level, you don't need to it's almost what we're saying about 45. You don't need to say everything.
It's the influence. It's the influence that you carry. It is the influence that you carry.
Yeah.
While 45 was spewing all of this, da 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 da, and people were saying freedom of speech, freedom of speech. No, you are inciting a riot.
Correct.
And that is not right. You can't do that. That's against the law. And
Yeah.
so it is the influence. I agree. Everybody should have their own perspective. Yes, I'm fine with that. Have your own perspective, but you still have to me, remember the responsibility of the office that you are carrying and the influence that you now have.
I mean, we do live in a country where you say free speech, and that is still the law, right? I still have the ability to say what I want to say.
Absolutely.
But there's also a consequence for what I say and who I say it to. So yeah, you know, I agree. She should be able to say whatever she wants.
Whatever she wants to say, and y'all
know that comes with a consequence, and we got to be careful because we do.
You can't be mad at Howard.
Nope.
But like that's her opinion.
Correct.
She does not speak for Howard in the drama department.
Right.
They were supposed to do that disclaimer. I get that. They were supposed to do that disclaimer.
I mean, again, like you just said, it's consequences. So yeah, I got free speech. I can say what I want to say when I want to say it, but I also have to know that there's a responsibility behind it. There's you know, you got to be real, you got to be ready, but you also got to be responsible.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people are relying on you, right, to be the representative for the school, to uphold their values and their morals. So you have to be careful when they give you this position.
It
comes with responsibility. It comes with reliability.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, you just
so she just should have tweeted, "I'm so glad he's home."
No, you know what? At the end of the day, she didn't have to tweet at all.
That's true.
Don't say free speech in your house with Alexa off.
There it is. There it is. I mean, you can say
Alexa, turn yourself off.
But don't, you know, knowing the world that we live in, people will twist, turn, stick knives and everything to twist what you got to say. So we got to be careful that we don't put ourselves in position where people misuse what we say. Any one of us, if that was our longtime friend, I don't care what they did. If your longtime friend was in the same position and your friend comes out just like Bill did, you would have probably been celebrating too, right? But again, you are in a different position, so you can't celebrate.
You are not just the artist anymore. You are the dean.
Correct. Taking that check, it's not even a check. And somebody put that as a check. It's not even a check. She didn't need the check. It's the position.
It's the position. It's the influence.
So being that if I got to have my, and I'm just being difficult advocate here because people got to do what they got to do for themselves. But I'm going to say I'm being difficult advocate here. If I don't need the check and I say what I have to say and they were acting where they at, that's fine. Take this job and shove it because I'm going to say what I want to say.
That too. She could do that too.
Absolutely.
She could definitely do that too. But again, Ms. Black, she took the job because she knows that she can influence another generation of
students.
Right.
Just like she influenced probably one of the greatest actors we've seen in a long time, besides Denzel. Chadwick was one of her peoples. This is somebody she worked with, trained, and you know, the community itself embraced him.
Yeah.
So she wanted to continue to do that. And if you're going to do that, that comes with responsibility. That comes with reliability.
It does.
You have to be in a box to some degree.
It is such. That's what made me think of it, Kim, when you said sometimes you got to be in the box.
Correct.
But it's such a very, very thin line that you have to walk when you are in certain positions. Kim, you know.
It takes everything in me every day.
You can't walk around there advising them students any kind of way and saying
and I never have, and I wouldn't because I have my own. But I'm talking about for the grown folks. It ain't students for me.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the grown folks for me. It's the real adults, 30, 40, 50, 60 years
Correct.
for me.
But you still can't even talk to them like you really would want
And
to.
that's why I said that's why I know when I'm saying you got to keep yourself in a box. I have to walk around the building. I had to just come out of my office and walk around the building.
No, Ro, they did not give Bill his money back.
They did not, and they will.
They said one thing they had nothing to do with the other. They gonna keep them coins.
It did, and again, I think he gave to them. He gave it to them under precedence of I want to help the next generation.
Right.
So not because of what I said or what I did, it's a gift, and he's not just gonna take it back because you don't like me anymore, right? So,
but I think they're just saying that. But to be honest with you, I don't think he want the money back. I just think that I don't think he really wants the money back because everybody they give him his money back. Then no, because his heart was to help the next generation to make it easier for Howard to be able to do that. That was his gift. Yeah. So I've never thought that he wanted the money back, but it just baffles me. Howard too, at some degree, got to keep themselves in a box. I'm sorry. What did Rose say?
But she's talking about that's why she stay in the background. But honestly, I'm not mad at Howard because
I'm not.
Because you have to weigh out. It wasn't just the fact that okay, this her friend, this Bill, this whatever. It is also about what was done and that culture of how women are treated. So it's a whole thing with. Yes, he was railroaded. Yes, they were wrong in how they did stuff. If it was set up, whatever. I don't know about all of that. I can't say I'm not Bill. I don't have his money. It don't.
Girl, the statute of limitation had ran out so far on that stuff.
Listen, not one coin is coming into my pocket because
not one coin is gonna stop me from choking these children in this next room. Hold tight, please.
But at the same time, I'm not mad at Howard because they have to think about the children that they have. Yep. So if she is saying this, is she in agreement with the things that they said he did? And apparently he admitted to it and made a deal. So it's just a whole...
Well, no, Lisa, I got to bring that back. Lisa. He never admitted to
that.
He never admitted to that.
I don't know, y'all. Because it was if you plead something, and the settlement and da. That is how they got him in this trial this time.
He ain't plead
because
prior to the trial.
I'm not. Listen, I don't know the proper term terminology, but what I understand is. Way back in the day, all of this was settled.
Right.
And everybody got their settlements and whatever. And there was some type of admission.
No.
That's my understanding.
So I'm trying to clear it up for you.
Okay.
Number one, there was no admission.
And they went back on that, used that against him.
No. So he did pay. So think about it. At that time, Bill Cosby's on the high. Somebody says blank, he's trying to fight it. Instead of fighting it, you know what? I'm not even going to deal with that. Here's the money, stay quiet, it's done. Let me move on with my life. Because you can now drag me. He's never admitted to doing anything. But he did make the payment. So making the payment, and I had to think about this, Jack, Ms. Black said, you got to think about it from both perspectives in a broader sense. Let me pay this off because I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with this person trying to do blank. I'm going to go ahead and pay this off so I can move on with my life. I'm trying to do bigger and greater things. So I can't let this stop me. So you know what? If it's the money that you was after.
And that's what they was after.
And just take the money. You could take the money. Because I'm going to make that back in no time, right? So he moved on with his life. They bring it back again. Now, the only thing that this real situation, this Felisa situation brings up is that there are people who are suffering from some type of encounter, and they're using this as a way to say, oh, we got you. Or this as a way to say, hey, you know what? Somebody is going to pay for what they did.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so many other people who haven't. The Harvey Weinsteins of the world, he hasn't. He's
Right,
still
that part.
so it's like what Ms. Black just stated earlier. If you're going to do it for one, you got to do it for all. That's
Yeah.
number one.
Yeah.
Number two, you can't use one person's situation and compare it to yourself.
Yeah.
Right? What they went through is what they went through. What you went through is what you went through. At the end of the day, I think what Howard did was smart and what was the right thing to do. You have to be sympathetic to those people who have gone through something.
Right.
So one, we need to protect our brand and our people because some of our own students may have gone through some type of situation like that where they really did get raped, assaulted, you name it, right? So we need to be very sensitive to that that culture. We need to be very sensitive to those incidents, and we need to be sensitive to the people who are still grieving and still dealing with that. So if anything, that's the one thing that I think at the end of the day, we need to be aware of. I can say whatever I want to say, but I need to know that there's a consequence. What I say may hurt somebody else. What I say may affect everything that I do.
That's why I walk.
I love it. It's black.
It does. I mean, it does. And just allow me to be the preacher for just a second. Life and death.
Right.
It's in the power of the tongue.
Baby, mine can kill you here, so I don't want nobody dead. So I walk. You with me?
Oh man. I think that his battle was his battle. He got through that. He's moved on. And I again felt sympathetic to him. There are other people who should be in jail right now from something that happened currently. You're bringing back some stuff that we're speculating if it actually happened.
Well,
20,
now
30 and 40 years ago.
I'm telling y'all, Jamal, can you put up Rose comments that says Cosby made some shocking admissions during his deposition? So this is what I'm talking about. So he did admit to some things, and they used this even though they were not supposed to.
Well, that got him out.
They said he used. I mean, come on. Back in the day, in the 70s and in the early 60s, they was free experimenting with drugs. Yeah, they was. Yeah, he probably admitted. Yeah, we were doing drugs. We took some. I don't think he was just giving them drugs, and he didn't do anything. Far be it for us to think that if he had possession of them the way he did, and he did. Listen. Truth moment. As a victim and a victim advocate, I can sympathize to a degree. Mm-hmm. But on the other hand of me, the way some things played and the way that some things happened, as a victim and a victim advocate, I just don't believe that a lot of the details and a lot of the things they said actually happened according to the way these women said. Because first, as a victim, you don't sit on it. You don't sit on it for years and years and years and say, hey, when the statutes of limitation go out and you see this man getting big and you say, I'm still hurt by this incident. If you are a true victim, you come out then, you don't worry about your career. You don't worry about any of that. You come out and you say, this happened to me, and you stand firm then. You don't wait 20, 30 years later.
I don't know, Kim. I say this because
I know we doing it in homes when, Papa done molested me when I was a little girl, so I'm thinking I'm addressing the issue. I get that. I understand.
And
listen.
So why are you saying it's different because are you saying it's different because this is a man in a power position? Are you saying it's different because I'm supposed to say it? A victim sometimes they don't come forward. They never come forward.
You're right. But when you
it is some stuff that I am just not finding out about some of my family members because you couldn't say nothing right then.
Right.
My thing is, and I get it, but that's why I say
this. I'm saying the victim themselves would tell you, I either they felt like it was their fault, or for a number of reasons. Maybe they suppressed it. I know one of my family members suppressed it and was sitting doing something else, and it came up like a volcano.
Right.
But
for you to say you don't sit on it, that's not quite true, Kim.
But listen,
everybody.
I've been on nobody can tell me about this. I've lived it. I've lived it. But with these women, I've lived it. I lived on the shutting down part, not saying them for years. I've lived on the okay, I'm got to get this out. I can't live like this. I can't let this be done. But what I'm saying to you is the accusers in the Bill Cosby situation it's a totally different thing.
That's exactly a totally different thing. Miss Black, I was going to say the same thing. This is a whole different structure from some of the things that we've seen in other, like a parent or a friend or something like that. This situation, again, you're talking about the 60s, the 70s, right? People walking around with cocaine on their neck. And a lot of the women, based upon what Bill was saying too, Lisa, you just stated it. We had these drugs, we had all this stuff around us, so we all was having a good time. I do believe that because of that situation, because of the time frame that it had happened, you can't
alternative motives.
Listen, I also think that, like Ms. Black was saying, because who he is, and you said is a power position, I think they've also tried to use this as a way to get at him, to hurt him personally. Bill was trying to do some other level stuff, and now we're gonna come and attack him. What? This case is open. This case should have been.
I mean, but you know what? Trauma makes you probably not think straight or look for revenge, and maybe this was the moment that they could get him back. I mean, I don't, you know what?
But my thing is, with all the other stuff he was doing, my thing is with all the other stuff, it's not like he ever came out of the limelight, y'all.
Right.
He was developing more shows. Right. He was producing more shows. He was giving African Americans an avenue on TV. Why at that time did you decide, oh, I'm so traumatized, now let me tell it? It's not till he start branching over in another area, which we are not trucking that they don't want us.
I get you.
Till everything started happening. So it was alternative.
So it is quite a few comments about him trying to buy NBC.
Come on now.
And listen. I guess what I'm saying is, it's really hard for us to say it in a way as if these people didn't go through what they went through. I'm not saying that there are people who are opportunists. I'm not saying I'm not saying that at all. Yes, there are opportunists.
Right.
That, I get that. But all I'm saying is, and yes, I believe that racism is even in victimization. I mean, I get all of it. I just don't want us to walk away.
No, that's why I said it earlier.
Saying that they shouldn't have. They shouldn't have never said nothing. If you want to say nothing, then don't never say nothing, because there may be somebody that hears that. Yep. And they go even further in their shell.
Correct.
I mean, I get what you're saying.
Why I said it's important for us to be cognizant of the feelings and the trauma that others have gone through. Yeah. So we got to be very careful, and we got to keep those avenues open so that if a situation like that happens to somebody, they are not afraid to step up and say, "Hey, I need help."
Yeah.
Hey, this is going on.
Yeah.
That's the thing that I think Howard did well to say, hey, we're separating because we don't want you to be in a situation where you can't share what happened, where you feel victimized. But going back to what Ms. Kim was saying, this is two separate situations.
It is. I agree. I agree.
And there's no,
Get that towel and put right.
There's an old saying in the 80s, no means no, right? Yeah, I remember that. No means no.
Mm-hmm.
But if you know the man is married, you know he got his own hotel room, you still go to his hotel
You know what,
room,
friends? I'm gonna stop you right there. I'm gonna stop you right there. Stop it. Because you done gone to victim blaming. Now it's my fault.
I'm not blaming the victim. All I'm saying is, listen, you know the man is married. You know who he is, and that he has certain celebrity things that might put you in position. You know that he is a drug user. You know that he has things. You know that it's late at night, and you trying to go to his hotel room at 11 o'clock.
But you don't know he gonna slip something in your drink.
Oh, if he been doing that, it was tall.
Listen, Lisa, he didn't have to slip nothing in her drink for her to get to that point.
No.
You already in the man.
But you're not letting people make their own decisions.
Lisa,
now, if I'm coming in, no.
Hold on. All I'm saying is,
y'all cooking with grease tonight.
She made a decision when she found out the man was married.
Okay.
She made a decision when she found out the man got a hotel room.
I give you all of that.
And I'm still going with no means no. I'm never going to
give you all of that.
Lisa, come on now.
I will give you all of that. Okay. I know you married.
Yeah.
I know what time I'm coming to your hotel room.
No, let's get the time. 11 o'clock. 10
okay.
o'clock.
11 p.m. 10 o'clock p.m. Whatever. I know that.
Right.
I know you married. I know you coming to, I know I'm going to your hotel room, right?
Right.
I know that you have made me some kind of offer that you can help me or whatever. Cause come on. And I'm making the decision to come. All right, fine.
What you think gonna happen, Lisa?
Fine. I made the decision. However, at that point that I'm in your room,
right,
and you take away my my ability to think properly, that's the problem.
Okay, so Lisa, let me ask you a question.
I didn't come there to be drugged. If I was gonna sleep with you, I was gonna sleep with you on my own. I didn't need no help with that. But yet you put something in the drink to help with that. Come on.
Lisa, let me ask you a question.
But they were using together. I don't think he just slipped them. This fish grease hot, baby. This fish grease hot.
I gotta ask you a question, Lisa.
What if they stated that I'm not a user? Y'all too much.
There's only two people who could tell you that something went in that drink. Her and him.
Maybe not.
How she can't tell it.
How can she tell you?
Well, no, but this is the thing. But how does she know? But how does she know it was something in her drink, though? How she know it was in her drink?
Correct.
How does she know?
How she know?
Because she was getting high with him before they put some in the drink because they were drug users. They were doing PCP. They were dropping acid. They were throwing coke.
I don't know if everybody. I don't know. I can't say everybody was.
She's right. In that time frame,
that's true.
We don't know if everybody was.
Girl, look at Janice Dickinson. Come on now. What you talking about? You ain't know. She had to try to get everything in the world to get her face together. You know she was doing something. Whoa, out.
I'm sorry. But come on now. You know she wasn't going up there to talk about contracts.
Why?
Come on.
She wanted to get on a TV show.
Why she was?
So, okay, you know you want to get on a TV show and you come at 11 o'clock at night. How you think you're going to get on the show?
You got to start a little blow.
If he busy the rest of the day, this the only time he got.
Come on, Lisa. I'm sorry.
That's naive because she should have reasonably known Reasonably known.
You know what? Y'all know I'm tripping, right? Y'all know I'm
Let me
tripping.
tell you. Let me
However,
tell you. I gotta say
seriously.
this. I gotta say this. We cannot look at the victim all the time and say, oh, you had nothing to do with this. You had no part in this at all. She made decisions that led up to that situation.
I understand.
I'm just saying.
No,
And
listen.
then the other piece is that nobody between her and him could tell you what went into that drink. She could have made this whole thing up the whole time. 1, 2, she could have had drugs and everything before she even got to the dude's place. Nobody knows. It's
I
a
get you.
thing.
I get you. I get you.
I think again,
and I understand that.
I'm gonna say this. I got to say this because I just had a conversation with my college kids this week. I told them, you got to be safe.
Yeah.
You cannot be out here willy-nilly. You can't go out and then be free and then think that nobody's gonna try to hurt you.
That's right.
Online, they're trying to get you in person. If you in trouble, one of my class, the members say, hey, if you in trouble, say you need an angel drink so that you can get help. There is no reason. You got to be on it right now because there's always these predators. You know the predators. Right. It's like saying,
it's known predator. They know you. The ones that know that's closest to
y'all, for real, I understand all of that.
We know. This fish screen.
I understand all of that. And I understand that I understand that sometimes we may have put ourselves in harm's way. I understand all of that.
It really
I do. Who is willy-nilly? I understand all of that. I understand that we don't make the best decisions and this, that, and the other. But I also feel like, yes, I might have put myself in harm's way, but that doesn't mean that this person shouldn't be accountable.
I agree. No means no, but like I said,
and so
in this particular situation is different.
To me, if you broke the law, if you violated somebody, and I know at this point violation is subjective because you could say this and I could say that or whatever. That's all I'm saying, y'all. You
know what? And I agree with you. If that's what you're saying, Lisa, then we got to put these other people accountable too.
Right. So and that's what I'm saying. Yes, we have victims, but because we said just what we were saying, just what y'all was saying. She knew this, she knew that, she knew the other. Regardless of what she knew, if she was violated, she was violated.
Well, once again, that's what I'm getting to, Lisa. We don't know that. That is still a hearsay.
All of it was hearsay.
Now,
no proof. What was proof? All these years, and all y'all have is he did this.
I can't even say that because again, we got to be sensitive to the people who have gone through this trauma.
And that's what I'm saying.
But it's different. Like Ms. Black said, you've gone through that trauma. You going to the hospital to get yourself checked. You're going to tell somebody, hey, this happened and I need your help.
You don't always go and tell.
I know you true. You don't always go and tell. But a man,
get a rape kit.
But we talk about a famous.
If you were on a date, if you were, if it's somebody that you know, if it's an influencer, you're thinking, oh my God, we just sat up here and validated somebody's reasoning saying this was my fault and I can't go and say nothing.
No, I don't know.
No, I'm not saying that you did. I'm just saying in what we're saying. Right. I went. I'm on a date. I went to his house because he said we was gonna talk. I know it's late, So I get there and I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. Or we even have the discussion to say, okay, yeah, I'm gonna come to your house, but ain't nothing going down. Is whatever, and I still get violated. But we're sitting here saying you knew that you went to you knew this, you went there. It was this time of night. Ain't nothing open after 12, but legs and something.
And Walmart.
And all of this stuff. And
that's
all I'm saying is sometimes these kind of conversations stop people who
want to say something,
who really have gone through something and want to be able to.
That's what I was getting to.
A difficult place
to be careful because there are people who may go through that, and they got to know that
they not say nothing. And then y'all say, "Where's the proof?" Well, I didn't go get no rape kit because I knew the guy. I was on a date with him, and it was my fault. So when
you gotta put every scenario
that it's not my fault, and I want to press charges. Then y'all say, "Well, where your proof?"
Well, Miss Lisa, as Miss Kim was about to say, you got to put all the scenarios in place.
You got to
look at it from one perspective only and say, "Oh, that's it. You're wrong. You did it." That is dangerous. Let me give you an example. There was a
just made a point.
College student. He was getting ready to go to Harvard Law School or something. His mom sent him. He's from India. He comes here from school. He goes on a date with a young lady, has a great time. The only thing that saved him was somebody videotaped the girl putting him in a cab and both of them getting in the cab to going home. They both agreed to go through their sexual experience together. She comes out of that, and you know what she says? I was raped. He did me wrong.
I get that.
The only thing that saved him was that somebody videotaped them having a good time and that it was consensual. We got to look at all avenues. And again, I'm looking at it from victims, but I'm also looking at it to say, hey, if you're a liar, we got to catch that too. Because not everybody's going to tell the truth. Not everybody's going to be forthright and say, again, if everybody was forthright, we wouldn't be in this situation.
Absolutely.
You're right.
Come on now. So we got to be mindful and we got to be careful. This young man almost lost his whole life.
Absolutely.
All for one night.
Get it in writing. Make some contracts, y'all.
We got to
you know what? I can't be pulled up with y'all, Kim Black.
But I'm just saying, in Hollywood, you know people's reputation when you are part of that clique.
True.
You know it. The average Joe probably don't. The average Candy May probably don't. I don't know where I get the name from, Candy May. The average Candy May probably don't.
And that's why
certain people that are in the limelight, their reputations flow.
And that's why I said, Ms. Black, it's two different situations.
It is.
It's different from a situation where, oh, that's a friend, we went on a date and he forced himself on me. This is different from a Hollywood situation. 11 o'clock at night, you know he drinking, you know he's having drugs, and now you coming up to talk about a position? There's only two positions you got, man. I'm only saying, I can't say it on camera.
Okay, on that note,
let's be honest. What I said earlier, call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
And I think as responsible adults, we have to look at all sides of
I can't stand you.
I know that's right. I ain't going to R. Kelly house no matter what time of day. Guess what? Because he has a reputation.
For R. Kelly anyway.
Listen, but he has a reputation. So if you are approached by him and you know what the reputation is and you decide to embark in them waters, you know what you're getting because you already been told. You are already aware. You already have knowledge.
And
Lisa, you can't take up for them R. Kelly people. Now you can't take up for them.
I'm going to say it again.
They all on video. You can't take up for them.
No means no, right? No means no. But you also got to take into account the other person who want to test to see if the stove is hot.
And it's hot. Just like that fish grease tonight in this kitchen.
Come on, man. The kitchen is hot right now.
I want to see if what they say is true. So I'm going to go on up there. Now it's, oh my God.
Oh, he's a married man. You know he married. You know his rep. you still want to go and try to get a part?
I get it. I get it.
I mean, like I said, we can't put all people
It's
into one bracket.
right,
And that's
right.
what they did with Howard's situation.
Right.
That's what they did and say, oh, we cropping everybody together. Everybody's situation is not
different. Absolutely
different.
Absolutely.
So we got to be mindful and we got to be careful, because that's when we put ourselves in trouble. Just like we was talking about with Richardson. Her situation is completely different.
It is.
Her mama just died. I'm done. Good night.
Situation by situation. Listen, oh my God. Friends will talk your ear off.
I only bring the truth.
I was singing Usher song Situations. Situations will arise. And they all ain't gonna be the same, but there's consequences behind each and every one of them. It's just my spiel.
I'm trying to make the world a better place.
Me too. I'm trying to make the world a better place too.
One classroom. We got to do better. That's it. I'm hoping that people say, okay, I'm not gonna put myself there. Right. And if something like that, I need to say something because this was wrong. Yeah. And tell the truth. You know, and
be grown and be responsible.
Correct. So the lies out there, you're gonna get caught. You tell one lie, you gotta tell another.
These are my confessions.
Yes, just when I was about to.
When I tell you, they is
my chicks on the side. Yeah, that's what it was. Now they want to.
Oh, I'm done.
Listen. Oh my God, I can't believe we working on 2 hours in the kitchen.
Girl, this was a good. Girl, we done cooked the whole meal. We done had appetizers and everything. That kitchen hot. The kitchen was hot tonight.
Oh my God. So y'all are too much for me. Oh my God, like for real. Thank you, Miss Kim Black, for joining us tonight.
No problem.
Appreciate you so much.
I did this whole show, Kim. When you kept seeing me doing like this, I was hollering at the children, sit down. Stop it.
We heard you tell one of them to take the towel off.
I looked at it and said, oh Lord, I'm not on mute. I done gave baths and everything on this show. Oh, this is not my life.
Listen, that is one of the things about this platform. You definitely can hang in there a little bit longer. We wouldn't have been able to have this conversation on TV. Not for this long anyway. It'd have been broken up in segments.
Part two.
Oh my goodness. So again, if you want to pay your respects to Dr. Humphreys, there is a service on Saturday. I'm not sure the time, but if you go to www.famu.edu, you can get all of that information. Rest well, Dr. Humphreys. Also, our thoughts and prayers and positive energy definitely goes to Haiti. With everything that they are dealing with. So we want to make sure we keep them lifted up. Y'all know I'm a Christian, so I'm going to pray. We also, this is one thing that we haven't said yet, but definitely continue to keep prayer and positive energy going to the Miami area with the collapse of that building. And the tragedy of the people knowing something was wrong with the building and didn't fix it. That's a whole. We'll be on here for another hour.
Yeah, God got He got another place for them.
Like other crises, like the water in Flint. I'm sorry, but somebody need to go to jail. That is ridiculous.
And it's not now. It's spreading throughout the United States. Not just it's going now other places. But at least we got to do better. That's all.
As a people,
I have one voice. That's the one thing we got to do better. We need to start electing people who are responsible,
Right.
who we can rely on, who's going to be working for the people.
Right.
Building our
all the people. All the people.
All the people. Not just the special interest groups.
Right.
All the people.
All the people. So just a lot of prayer and positive energy in the atmosphere for those folks. Listen.
I do have the time for the service.
Oh, what time
those who are
is it?
interested, the viewing is at 11:30, and the viewing is from 11:30 to 12:30, and then the service is at 1:00 on Saturday.
And the viewing is in Lee Hall, and the services at Lawson. Is that right?
No, for Saturday, everything is going to be at the Lawson.
At Lawson?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Friday, the service is going to be for another viewing. That's Friday at Lee Hall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And the Omega service, I heard was open to the public.
Yeah, that was shocking.
The Omega service, I know, right?
That was shocking.
That's why I was like, it's open to the public, I heard?
We traditionally, the Omega service is actually open, so it's a part of the service itself.
Okay.
The family can request that the service be closed, but the ones that I've been to have always been open to the public. So that's going to be a part of the service for the viewing.
All righty. One last thing. Listen, we're trying to build our subscriber base for our YouTube channel. So we have a summer subscriber campaign. Listen, if you are watching us on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like, share, all of that. Subscribe, all of that. So on August the 12th, we are going to just start pulling out some names and giving out $50 gift cards and guest appearances on our show. And then there's also one other prize that is not on the flyer that we just got last week. It is up to $300 worth of tax services for one session of tax prep. So listen, I love you guys. I'm telling you, the people that is watching, that's the ran this chat up, I'm loving it. Loving it. Thank you guys for hanging in there with us. Thank you, JT. JT probably was like, I'm out of here. We've been on here for an hour. I'm gone. I gotta go to bed so I can get up in the morning. JT's not a night owl.
Yeah, you acting like an old man. JT, we love you.
I know, right? Thank you, friends. Always hanging out with me. Thank you, Jamal. I know we've been on here longer than usual. Bless you. Thank you, guys. We're going to see y'all not next week. The kitchen will be closed next week, but the week after. So don't forget to subscribe, tell your friends. We're doing this thing, and it has been lovely chatting with y'all tonight. Oh, my God. Y'all are just I think we're going to need a fire department to come and put out.
That's why you close. That's why you close next week. You got to repair some damage. It's okay.
Not a damage.
Look. No, here it is. The microwave up over the range has been burnt.
It has.
It's burnt out.
Oh my goodness. So we will see you guys week after next. Not next week, but the week after. Thank you all so much for your support of Kitchen Talk CTC.
Conversations that cook.
Yes, they do, and they did tonight. And we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.